Department of Jihad. Since when did it become a law firm for Obama's Muslims? They sued this small town, and the town was forced to pay $7.5 million to keep them from building a mega mosque in their neighborhoods. They don't have the mosque, but they're out $7.75 million. Plus, they're going to build that. They're going to build that mosque down on Mountaintop Road, which is one of the main drags. Oh, not Mountaintop Road, down on the main drag, I guess it is. But they're going to build it on a piece of land that the town is going to have to buy for them. So on top of the $7.5 million, they're going to build it on a $2.75 million 15-acre lot the township will buy for it under the terms of the settlement. So Eric Holder is now a strong-arm man for the Muslim Brotherhood. People, wake up. This is happening all over. This is happening everywhere. Obama and Holder are beating up on anybody that tries to stand up to the Muslims. And if you're interested in hearing more, please, please, please tune in on Friday night for Jihad on America right here on KCAA 1050 AM in Southern California. The show is also simulcast and archived at at Patriot-Radio-Show.com. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Obama, by the way, has rewritten Obamacare yet again. This one's just leaking out. But on Thanksgiving Eve, the administration dumped reams of mind-numbing Obamacare regulations into the Federal Register. The regulations will make health care law more substantial. It'll make the fees more substantial. For instance, the president is redefining what health care plans are adequate for larger employees, such as employers with 100-plus workers, to offer under the Affordable Care Act. He's also asking insurers to pay for the new benefits, while warning that if they don't, they may be forced to. Now, under the Constitution, he has no authority to modify a law. They are written and modified in Congress. But he's now unilaterally forcing large employers to provide more coverage than the law specifies. The plan move disqualifies plans now being offered by 1,600 employers to over 3 million workers. Those employers will have to find a new way to cover the high costs, and some of them will be doing it by stopping coverage for spouses or for part-time workers. The new rules suddenly change the way the state high-risk pools are treated. When ACA became law, these plans for people with chronic illnesses were offered in 35 states. The winners now will be people who live in the 10 states that haven't phased out their high-risk pools. The losers under this change will be the many thousands in 25 states that already gave up their plans to comply with the ACA mandates. The new rules tell insurers to give enrollees 30 days grace period during which they continue to use their doctors. But somebody's going to have to pay for this 30-day grace period, and that'll be you and I, the taxpayers. Again, breaking rules, breaking laws, unilaterally changing laws, all unconstitutional. And we've got more when we come back.
Tom O'Halloran has a not-so-common core spelling lesson for the Obama administration. Ready? There is no K in America.
There's kids that can't pray in school, $100 tanks of gas. I can tell you right now, this country ain't supposed to be like that. No, that ain't my America. That ain't this country's roots. You wanna slam, hold on to Sam, but I ain't letting you. Yeah, I'm mad as hell, and you know I still bleed red, white, and blue. They ain't us, and that ain't my America. Oh no, that ain't my America. No, 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 no. That ain't my America.
Welcome back. This is the fastest hour on radio. This is the Wednesday night edition of the Patriot-Radio Show, and I'm your host, Tom O'Halloran. Okay, before the break, so actually we had a story about the Planned Parenthood actually teaching sex ed classes for our kids. I forgot we had this other story on them, or they would have been together. The Cosmopolitan's senior political writer, Jill Philopik, interviewed Cecile Richards. She's the president of the Planned Parenthood. She asked where Planned Parenthood, where the pro-choice movement is headed next year. It's mind-numbing. They said, we clearly want to move the needle away from the idea that these issues of abortion are partisan, because I don't believe they are. We want to make it completely unacceptable to run for office as someone who opposes women's rights or wants to take us backwards. So if you believe that a baby has a right to live, then you have no business running for office. It's unacceptable to want children to live. It's mind-numbing that they could have this thought process. Also, for 2015, Richards highlights a new rationale for killing babies: the economy. She says, we can't be having a conversation about economic security for women and families without talking about women's access to reproductive health care. Okay, first of all, reproductive health care is going in and getting your girly parts checked out. Make sure they're not cancerous. Make sure they're not infected, okay? Healthcare is not murdering innocent babies. It's not the same thing as healthcare. This is America. You go to prison if you pick up turtle eggs and break them open. If you kill eggs of turtles, if you kill eggs of birds, you go to prison. Eggs of some rodents, they don't have eggs. You get the point. It's absolutely insane that we're going to protect eggs of turtles because that will grow into a life. But a fetus is open season. This is just absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. And now, like Planned Parenthood, Cosmo plans to wipe out pro-life candidates. They go on to say women may not get up every morning thinking about what constitutional rights they have, but they certainly do get up thinking about their health and the health of their families, and that includes reproductive health care. Yeah, nothing says healthy family like murdering your babies, right? Absolutely insane. Great column this week by Katie Yoder. Again, Ronnie, you picked some great stuff for the website. I'm blessed to have you. Okay, once again, we're back to the Obama holder cabal. What's going on? I mean, he goes into Sanford, Florida. He goes into Ferguson, Missouri. They file these charges. They say we're gonna file a civil rights complaint against the police department. They know there's no grounds for it, but they make a big public scene about they're going to pursue this. saying they want police officers to be trained. They want this, they want that. What ends up happening is, away from the cameras, they buy off. They buy off. What they do is they drop the charges and get the cities to sign on. They get them to sign on to an agreement to hire more black police officers, to put the police officers through training, to come under the supervision of the federal government, to make your police force look like what we want it to look like. A consent decree that they sign makes the Treaty of Versailles look like a slap on the wrist. It's the license by which the Obama administration is remaking state law or state law enforcement into its own image. It's like when the federal government backed the speed limit up to 55. They said it's a federal limit. States said, well, we have a right to set our own speed limits. The federal government said, well, here's the thing. You want our highway tax dollars. You can have the highway tax dollars, but you're going to play by our rules. It's blackmail. And that's what they're doing here. They're forcing these cities to redesign their police departments, how many black arrests you can have, how many blacks or Hispanics you have to have on the police force, how you will arrest black people as opposed to white people. Whatever rules they want to lay down, if you want the Obama administration to stop this federal lawsuit against you in your community, you will do as they say. It's nothing but strong-arm Chicago tactics. And I'll be so glad when we get that Obama thug out of office. Good Lord. He won't fight the Muslims. He won't lock the border. He won't call the Muslim terrorists terrorists. But he'll call Republicans terrorists. He'll do anything he can. He will do and has done anything possible to tear down this country at any level. So the Senate this week released a bill on torture. Said that the CIA was allowing torture to be had on terrorists that they had arrested. First off, don't believe a single thing that comes out of the Senate's chamber. Nothing that was done to these terrorists is classified as torture. The waterboarding is the worst thing that they have subjected these people to. Our military gets waterboarded by their trainers so they know what it is about. If our own sons get waterboarded, then it certainly can't hurt the terrorists that bad. Let's tie this story to the last story. Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad that Obama doesn't want a terrorist to have water poured on his face? And yet he's perfectly comfortable with stabbing an innocent baby in the back with a pair of scissors and cutting its spinal cord? Here's an idea. Why don't we pour water on the babies' faces, every one of them, every baby that's ever born from this day forward, pour water on their face, and let's abort the terrorists. Let's abort each and every one of them. Each and every terrorist we come across, each and every Muslim, even the ones that are here in this country, because we know they are all followers of a goat-raping pedophile named Mohammed, and they're told to emulate this man in everything they think, say, and do. And when the time comes, these